Poverty is not only empty pockets, it is empty expectations. It is a trained limitation of the mind. And until the African mind is liberated, no amount of aid, loans, or speeches will save us. Poverty mentality is not about intelligence. Africa is not lacking intelligence. It is about conditioning. Years of instability, weak systems, and broken accountability have trained many to think short-term. Survival over strategy, emotion over structure, blame over responsibility. When a society becomes comfortable explaining failure instead of engineering solutions, that is poverty mentality. It shows up when access is celebrated more than competence, when connections matter more than merit, when luxury consumption rises but production remains low, when excellence is seen as arrogance and discipline is called pride, when contracts are signed but not enforced, when speeches are loud but systems are weak. That is not lack of talent, that is lack of structure. If corruption disappeared tomorrow, would our systems automatically work? Or would inefficiency remain because the structure itself is weak? Liberation is not emotional independence, it is systemic competence. The liberation of the African mind means moving from survival thinking to strategic planning, from personality-driven leadership to institution-driven governance, from consumption pride to production power, from "this is Africa" to "what system failed and how do we fix it?" Liberation is when we stop worshipping individuals and start strengthening institutions, when we stop reacting and start designing. Poverty mentality asks, who is to blame? Liberated thinking asks, what is the control failure? Poverty mentality says, it cannot work here. Liberated thinking says, what incentive must change for it to work? That is the difference. One complains, the other engineers. Africa does not need pity. It does not need constant motivation. It needs discipline. It needs accountability. It needs long-term thinking embedded into culture. Material poverty can be solved with capital. Mental poverty is solved with structure. And liberation begins the day we choose systems over excuses. The African mind was never weak. It was simply understructured. Now, we redesign.